G'day guys, Duckville here. Welcome to an awesome replay. Potentially awesome replay, of course. As you can see, it is from the Korean ladder, but it is actually going to be featuring Liquid Huck. Obviously famous player from the Team Liquid clan. As many of you would probably guess by now, I have grabbed these from the Team Liquid replay pack that was just put up a few days ago. I think it was a few days ago on Team Liquid, so make sure you jump on board and grab that replay pack there to see some other awesome Huck replays. No doubt some of the other casters and that sort of thing around are going to do some of these games as well, so hopefully I've just grabbed one here that wasn't too popular. I'm not saying it's an unpopular game. I haven't actually seen it myself, but he's going to be playing against a Protoss player here. This is actually Startail Ace, I believe. Is that correct? Yeah, it is. This is actually ST Ace, who did reasonably well in Season 2 of the GSL. I think he got to round of 16 or something like that. And he did some awesome plays, actually. One of my favourite plays, actually, of the GSL, of all 3 seasons of GSL so far, was when ST Ace got out some paper planes, the warp prisms, and had some DTs in them, and then constantly warped in DTs with said paper planes. So that was actually really cool. So hopefully we'll see some interesting games here. One thing I do know about this replay is it is actually quite a long one, which was another reason why I wanted to cast it. Wanted to see some mid and potentially late game PvP action, so we can actually have a look and actually see how that sort of game progresses, because as I'm sure many Protoss players have experienced and are aware of, generally your PvP does not really last to an end game as often as some of the other matchups do. So we'll obviously be seeing perhaps some different sort of strategies, and hopefully some of you guys can learn some things. Obviously, I'll definitely learn some things, because my PvP lately has been absolutely horrible. Yeah, we'll hopefully see some awesome play here. Ace has actually gotten standard sort of build here. He's grabbed his Cybernetics core just on around about 16, 18. And he's got that rolling, and so does Huck. So we are cross positions, just by the way, on Metalopolis. So we got Huck in red. Just make sure you are aware of the colours there. I know it can get a bit hard to differentiate the Protoss players sometimes. Whoops, going crazy with the camera. So just obviously be aware of the colours there. And we've got Ace over here in blue at the 2 o'clock position, that sort of spot. He's got his second gas up, and he's going for his warp gate quite quickly. He did save up some of the chrono. He's actually still got a little bit of chrono left over, so he's probably going to get that get the chrono pumping on the cybernetics. In fact, Huck has actually got even more chrono. As you can see, he's not actually behind on harvesters, despite the fact that he saved all of his chrono. That's because he's actually still just waiting on getting his second gas. So looks as if Huck is probably going to go for some sort of early expansion, or he's going to go for a 4-gate. He's got his 4 gates going up. We're probably going to see a pylon come up somewhere in the middle of the map. Huck may be a bit annoyed that that actual scouting probe didn't get removed earlier, but we will see what happens here. The other option is perhaps that Huck could just be going for some sort of 4-gate expand, but you know, we don't really see that very often at all. But what we've got from Ace is actually just he's got his own 3 gates. He's going to have his warp gate done at around about the same time, I believe. Yeah, he's going to actually have his done just slightly behind Huck's warp gate tech. So we are probably going to see, that's actually some really good scouting here by Ace, just sending out a stalker to make sure that there is no probe putting up a pylon somewhere, which is potentially what we are going to see happen from Huck. But no, it looks as if there we are. It is going to be the 4-gate expo. We've got 4 warp gates going up. He's going to send this probe out. Now what is probably going to happen is we'll probably see probes be cut for a little bit. Yes, we've got the probes not being built for the moment. We're going to see a probe come over here. Let's have a look at where this dude's heading off to. He's got his waypoint. He's going to come over here, I think. No, he's actually going to change up where he's going, and he's just going to scout around and actually see what's happening. He may put a pylon down while he's coming out, because we may just see some pressure here with these 4 gates. He's obviously got a lot of stalkers. I would not be surprised if we see the gas go up on the natural quite quickly, and then perhaps switch into something with blink. But we'll see what happens. There's the pylon. Huck's got this the pylon up. Kind of unfortunate with the scouting there from STAC. He was actually just a tiny bit too early there. He's not going to know that that the pylon is up, but he may suspect it given the huge amount of stalkers that are actually here, not to mention the fact he actually did see the 4 gates go up. So whilst Ace is expanding here and Huck is expanding as well, Huck's going to actually use his pressure of the 4 gates to try and get his Nexus up safely, and perhaps even deny Ace's Nexus as well. So we'll see what happens here. We've still got a whole heap of stalkers out on the map. We have a total of 8 stalkers for Huck out on the map, but the gas hasn't gone up. It's just interesting to note that the gas hasn't started yet. We do have a robo here from Huck as well. So they're sort of actually, interestingly, they're almost in the same position. We are going to have a robotics bay up for Ace quite quickly comparatively to Huck. So he's going to be able to get his Colossus started, which is, as you guys would know, a very staple sort of unit combination for PvP. We've got the Nexus coming up here for Ace. He's probably going to switch a few probes over. There we go. We've got the probe transfer going on there. These guys are going to head down and get the mining rolling on this natural. As you guys know, the better you can actually get your efficiency going on there is going to make it a lot easier for your economy to get pumping. As you can see, Ace is they're still sort of even on probes at the moment here. And not to mention they are generally kind of even on income. They're both sort of sitting around about the 1,000 mineral mark and around about 2 to 250 sort of mark on gas. So neither of them sort of going too hard at gas just for the moment. They don't really need to get that just up yet. We do have an observer who's now out for Huck, so he's going to run around and scout a little bit. We do have a probe sitting here for some reason. This guy's a bit lonely. He's a bit depressed. He's going to hang out by the palm trees over here. I'm not sure what he thinks he's doing. He could be there just to actually scout to see if there's any sort of pylon going up. But we will actually see Huck's observer come across here, and he's going to scout out what is going on. He's going to have a look, see if there's any Colossus out yet, and then perhaps he might attack, because as we can see, there is quite a large force here from Huck. He's actually got about 5 Zealots and about around about 10 Stalkers here, and he also has obviously the reinforcements from this pylon, which have the potential to come in and ruin the day for Ace. But as you can see, Ace actually has 1 Colossus out already. He's got another one just about a quarter done, and the Thermal Lance upgrade is also about 2/3 done as well. So he's definitely going to be prepared for anything that Huck tries to bring in his face or anything like that. We've got a second robotics going down as well. So we're going to see very much a macro game here. There's no way that Huck can actually attack into that, because he will probably get chewed up by the Colossi from range. And it looks as if Huck is going to get his own second robo as well. So we got 2 robos from both players. The second one is just about done for both of them. And interesting to see, there is not a whole lot of scouting going on from Ace. He only knows that this Nexus is only up. He can obviously assume what sort of tech is coming up here from Huck, but he doesn't actually know for sure. So I'm sort of surprised to see that, as sort of comparing that to Huck, he's got an observer here, he's got a pylon over here just in case anything comes over here, and he's also got this observer just sitting over the top of SDAce's base. He's finally got an observer out, so he's going to be able to spot some things. He's probably going to spot the observer. No, he's not. Yes, he is. He's going to come around the side. This is a very clever little tactic here. Just obviously to make sure that your opponent isn't aware. It's one of those situations that, does he know that I know that he knows I know sort of thing, where you want to make sure that they don't get the observer out. Because obviously if you can kill the observer, it's quite a lot of minerals and gas down the drain that you really don't want to waste, again, for 2 reasons. Number 1, you don't want to actually waste the minerals and gas, of course, and number 2, you don't want to waste a slot in the robotics facility. So that's obviously why you want to be very careful with your observers. Ace moving out now with a nice little attack force here. He's got a couple of Colossi here and a whole bunch of Stalkers as well. Huck knows that it is coming though, so he's going to form up. He's going to get this, he's chronoing out these +1 weapons as fast as he can. He wants to get that up and done as just before any sorts of attacks come in here from Ace, but Ace is going to, his timing is going to be slightly off here. He is going to have the 3 Colossus there with their range upgrade, but Huck is going to know that he is coming as well. As you can see, pylons going up all over the place. Huck obviously wants to make sure that he can, he doesn't get blocked at all. He is very close actually to being blocked. He's currently sitting on his 132 of 140. We're going to have a big battle here. This could be interesting. Huck's got a great spread on his units, not to mention a great combination of his units, but looks as if we've got more Colossi here from SDAce, and they are going to be quite instrumental in this battle there. The Colossi are going to have to be microed quite efficiently to make sure that everything does go down quite well, and it looks as if Ace has done a great job there. He's got his Stalkers up the top here, needs to maybe spread the Stalkers a little bit more, but we got the Colossi battle going on. We got 3 down here from Ace, and he's going to have to actually retreat, I think, because he just does not have the numbers to actually fight off what is here from Huck. In fact, we actually have both of these guys retreating. They've both sort of taken significant losses on each side, and as you can see there, the resources lost is just sort of, it's in favor of Huck because he has actually destroyed a lot more of Ace's units, but we will have to see how they go from here. Huck's doing a great job making sure he's got everything spread. As we saw just before the start of the battle, he actually aligned everything quite nicely along here. So Huck's going to move out here, take his 3rd expansion and 3rd base and get that up and running here at the 10 o'clock position while he moves out. Now he's doing this obviously to cover the creation of that base at the 10 o'clock, and obviously to make sure he can keep map control as much as possible, because he can see that Ace is also doing the same sort of thing. Well, he'll see the expansion in a second. I presume this observer is coming down to spot, and it is indeed. So Huck just coming across here. This probe is going to be, he's going to have no idea how close he was to death. In fact, no, he's actually going to die, but Huck's now just moving around. This is a point of the game where both of these players are going to be looking to get their upgrades rolling, and indeed we do have that. We got the Forge spinning there from Huck. He's got the +2, sorry, to weapons is upgrading. He's still got his Colossi rolling out as quickly as they can. We also have Charge on the way as well, so Huck's going to have a lot of upgrades coming up shortly, and in fact Ace has also got the same sort of thing coming out as well. He's got his well, he's only on +1 for attack though, so he's a little bit behind in that regard. He is way ahead on Colossi though. He's actually got a 9 Colossi to Huck's 8.